I received an email from a student regarding how to calculate the period of a function. So here was the example provided in the email: y equals tangent of pi over 2x. Then the period ends up being 2, but how do you draw that on a graph or recognize it for multiple choice? So this is a really good question. First, let's take a look at it from the algebraic perspective using the formula for the transformations of a tangent function. Keep in mind that if you have a function that's sine or cosine, it would be different than this. The horizontal dilation would be 2 pi over b, because the original functions, or the parent functions, sine and cosine, have a period of 2 pi. But for tangent, it is dilated, and it's half of the period of sine and cosine, which is pi. So just keep that in mind, that if you are looking at sine and cosine, it's different than tangent. So here it is. What we're going to do is we're going to take the function y equals tangent of pi over 2x and use it in this format and modify it slightly so that we can easily identify the values of a, b, c, and d, which will tell us the translations, the period, and the amplitude. So I just took pi over 2x and converted it here. This is, I know it looks a lot more complicated. Oops, I need to change that to d right there. It looks more complicated. However, it is the same thing as pi over 2x, but if I relate it to this, I have a equals 1, and then pi over 2 is where the b is, and then c equals 0, and d equals 0. So here we are. I have that now summarized. And to find the period, we have to do pi over b. Well, b in our example is pi over 2. So we'll get to that here in a second. But then comparing this to the new graph, the amplitude is a. We said a is 1. It says here that you have to take the absolute value of that, of course. So the amplitude is 1. And then the period is pi over b, which we said b was equal to pi over 2. So if you do pi divided by pi over 2, that equals 2. So the period is 2. And then there's no vertical or horizontal translation because c and d equals 0. We can then confirm that with the graph. I use Desmos here, and I can see that if I type in pi x over 2, then it does repeat itself every 2 units. It would be the same if we use this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. So that is how you find the period of any tangent function using that algebraic technique. If you want to know, though, why the above formulas work for calculating the period of any tangent, let's go over that. So it all comes down to comparing it to the parent function. If you take a visual approach with respect to the values of x and y, remember that the parent function is y equals tangent of x, and tangent has a period of pi. You can see this in the graph below, that the original, or the parent function, tangent of x, goes from 0 to pi to 2 pi and so forth as it repeats. You can also see from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2 that you do have one complete period of tangent of x. And here we can see that also in the table of values. 0 has, x and y has 0, and then you can also see from these values in between that once you get to pi, we then repeat the value of y equals 0. So again, up here, you can see x equals 0, y equals 0, and then again at x equals pi, x equals 0, y equals 0 again at x equals pi. However, in taking our new function, if you have y equals tangent of pi over 2x, then instead of taking the tangent of x, you're going to need to take x, multiply it by pi over 2, and then take the tangent of that. That's going to be your new y value for our new function. And here is the new table of values, and you can see that the new graph seems to move faster, and the period will be less than the parent function. This new parent function was a little bit funky using the values I used up here, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, which is pretty standard for a trig function. But because we were taking pi times x and then dividing it by 2, it worked out better if I sort of changed the values a little bit so that we would have a cleaner starting point, x equals 0, y equals 0. You don't have to do it that way, but it just visually for me, it helped me to see the period of the function a little easier. And so we can see that at x equals 0, y equals 0, and then we hit y equals 0 again when x equals 2. So that means our period is 2. Remember, we did calculate this algebraically, so if this seems confusing, go back to the way in which we calculated that. Again, here's the graph to confirm, and we can again see that at x equals 0, then again at x equals 2, y equals 0, then again at x equals 4, y equals 0. So if you need a video for some additional help, take a look at these here. You definitely can't just directly connect on that, but I'll provide you with access to this Word document so that if you need additional videos, take a look at those.